Good morning. Welcome to Garden Friends. I'm Andrea here in Tampa, Florida. It's the end of February and I am harvesting today. And one of the things that I'm harvesting is my turnips. Now these have been in the ground for quite a while. I had it pretty full of turnips. I always plant too many. I do not thin them like I should, and some don't develop turnips. But we do get turnip greens, and I use that quite a bit. Tomorrow I'm going to be making caldo gallego, so I need my turnips. I'm going to empty this tub here. I have a couple of more tubs in various stages of turnip development that will keep going. It grows in Florida. It's kind of a cool weather crop. I haven't tried to grow it in the summer. We get pretty hot here, and even though we do have a shade system that we use for some of the other plants, I don't know that these would grow. So it's something we do in the fall and in the spring and winter. So here I'm going to look around. I've got this guy in here. He's a pretty happy little turnip. And to harvest him, you just pull him out, shake off some dirt, and voila, there he is. He's a nice size. Mine don't get terribly big. He's a good size right there. I have some in here that haven't really developed, and I don't know that he's going to get much bigger. I'll cut him. Can't hurt anything. He can go in the caldo tomorrow. So I have more than I'm going to need tomorrow. I am going to go ahead and get some of these larger ones up. Anything that I don't use tomorrow, I will peel. I'll blanch them in some water. I'll chop them up, and I'll put them in the freezer, and I will save them. So if you'll bear with me, I will do my harvesting, and we will show you how we prepare them straight out of our garden. Well, now I've brought all of my turnips into the house. Before I brought them in, I cut off the roots and all of that dirt, and I took off any ugly leaves that I wasn't going to save. Those will go into my worm compost today. And I will notice that I have a few leaves that have holes in them from little munchy things that have gotten on there and had a snack. I don't spray them with any kind of insecticide, pesticides, anything like that. The only thing they get is a little bit of fertilizer now and then. And in the grocery store, you probably don't see a lot with holes in them. That's because they're spraying them with all kinds of toxins and poisons to kill those bugs. I've washed any bugs off, and they're not going to hurt me. I don't have any like toxic caterpillars out there that leave behind any residue that's going to hurt us. So they are just fine. I don't mind some holes in the leaves. So now that I've got them washed off, I will separate my leaves from my turnips and proceed from there. Now I've twisted my turnips off of their stems, and you see this nice stem here. They're pretty fibrous, and I'll just cut that off. When I go to my leaves, I will just save my leaves. I don't save the stems. I'll just put these in my caldo, and I think the stem is kind of tough. So if I separate it, you can see that it's got that fiber in it. Sure, it won't hurt you. It just is not what I use when I'm cooking. So as I'm going along, I will have a pile of stems, and I will have a pile of leaves. When I look at this, I'm going to go ahead and take these little leaves off because why waste them? And I'll pull the top off, and I will leave much of this stalk here will be left and will not go into my greens. It's not a texture that I want in my soup. Now, once I have picked enough leaves to fit into my colander, I'm going to wash them off really well to make sure that I don't have any trapped dirt or any little creepy crawlies that were lost on there. And that way I can dry them and get them ready to put into the freezer. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel my turnip and get him ready for soup. This also works if you were going to blanch him before you freeze him. So I'm going to take my vegetable peeler here and just peel away this part. Once he's completely peeled, I would cut this guy, because of his size, I would cut him into 4, and that's how I would blanch him. I'll cut him a little smaller to put him directly into my soup. And that's just a personal preference. The size, he doesn't need to be too large. Here's one that's already been done. It's a little bit smaller. So that's all there is to it. I want to thank you for watching me. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you like my video, hit that little like button, subscribe. It's always nice to hear from new friends. And you have a great day.